Hi there, you're watching episode 4 of building a Lego Tython MOC, and if I do not say so myself, I think this episode has been one of the most productive I've had so far. I get a bunch of building done, including the terrain and a new vehicle, so stay tuned, smash the like button, subscribe to support the series, and let's jump into some building. So, the first order of business for this episode of building Tython in Lego is actually transforming this Imperial Armored Marauder into the Imperial transport we see in the show. I have found a tutorial online that actually takes this set and transforms it into the ship we need, because this is obviously the wrong ship. I could use this ship, but that would just be a little bit like, cheap. I want to have the real thing. It's obviously not going to be an official Lego set, but it's going to be pretty close and it should look pretty good. I'm definitely going to be including the mortar trooper in this MOC, and then we also have some stormtroopers inside. And it's probably not going to be too hard to do, because I'm just going to essentially take this set apart and then put it back together into a different transformation. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. I might get some other stuff done on the MOC too, but yeah, let's jump into a time lapse. So here's what the finished model looks like, and to be honest, it looks pretty good. It does look a little bit chunky, but I mean, you can't be perfect when you're working with only pieces that come in the set. But I am going to be modifying this a little bit just to get rid of like all this tan right there, just because the person that made this was limited to the pieces that were in this set, but I'm not. So I'm gonna like modify it just a bit just to make it look a little bit better. But yeah, it's pretty good for the most part. I can just show you, like, this piece comes up like that. Got all these features, so you can like pull this down too and get that look. That's really cool. I think this also comes down on the back. You've got some Imperial crates. So yeah, it's a really good model and I really like it. Just, it doesn't look as good as it could be because it's limited to the pieces in the set. I also might take this stud shooter off, just because like stud shooters shouldn't be on like display models. Anyway, I'm going to make those modifications and I'll check back when I have some progress. So what I thought would be some simple modifications actually turned into a simple redesign. I didn't completely redesign everything, but I found more and more stuff that I wanted to change, and I'll show you a few of those changes that I made. Number one, you'll probably notice I changed those kind of side wing things there. I made them a little more rounded and chunky, and I took some of those weird colors off, like the tans and the blacks, and now everything is mostly light bluish gray, but there's still a little bit of black and other colors left. I also did change the gun design just to make it a bit more accurate, because I did look at images and this is much accurate. They can also kind of rotate a bit. I did lose the feature of being able to pull this part up, so we did lose that axis point there, but I did, this still remains, so you can pull that down and put that back up, and then on the back you can still pull that down and look inside, and oh, there's some Imperial crates. Obviously this isn't an exact like minifigure scale Imperial transport. It's actually very far from it. It's more of this like chubby scale, I guess is a good way to describe it. It's just like really chubby and kind of blocky. I mean, I did my best with the pieces I had. It looks fine, and I think it will work really great in the MOC, because I don't want it to be too big anyway, otherwise then it would take up the whole MOC, and that's not the idea. I might make some more modifications in the future, but let me know down below if there's any like fundamental things I should change, if you know how to build MOCs better than me, because yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you think. So here is kind of a preview of what the finished MOC could potentially look like. Obviously, there's not like the finer details on the terrain yet, but I did place the new Imperial transport into its spot. That's probably going to be the corner it's going to be stuck in right there. I'm probably going to put some like black under there just to conserve our green, and then maybe like figure out what's going on over there. And yeah, I'm going to get some more progress done on the MOC. So quick little update, I've been doing some work. I've been creating like this little sand pile over here and putting some more like terrain over there, but I was thinking about the minifigures. So I'm trying to create a Boba Fett that's accurate to the show, or what he looks like in this scene or movie, or what am I saying? In this episode. I'm trying to create an accurate Boba Fett to this episode. And he doesn't have this like perfectly good armor, so I think I'm gonna maybe use this Boba Fett to create a more like dirty, like the scuffed one, because he hasn't painted it yet. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll keep you updated once I have a new Boba Fett. So here's the Boba Fett I've come up with. It's kind of a combination between the new and the old one. It still has like that same, Boba Fett head from the palace, and then I've used the torso of the one from the Slave 1, so it's still kind of scuffed and it looks really good. But he kind of had this like black type like skirt thing in this episode, so I tried to create that there, and this looks really good, and probably the minifigure I'm going to use as Boba Fett in this MOC. So this is all that I completed this episode, and this probably was my most productive episode because I got a whole new ship. And I placed a lot of minifigures. I might mess with that Boba Fett minifigure a little more. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. And yeah, I got a lot done. The terrain is coming together really nicely. I know it could be a little bit better though, because I've just been like scrounging through all of my bins to find any like bit of pieces that could be used for the terrain. I've got a bunch in here, but yeah, the MOC is coming together really nicely. And you might be wondering why Jar Jar is over here. It's just because I'm going to take him apart and use the pieces on him for the MOC potentially. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff done. I'm just really excited because I'm just seeing everything finally take shape and all of my hard work pay off. Well, thank you for tuning into episode 4 of building a Tython MOC. I certainly had a lot of fun this episode because I probably made the most progress I made in any episode so far, so that's really great. The terrain is coming together really nicely. I'm probably just going to add a lot more green pieces because I want it to look like really smooth and continuous. Maybe like add some brown and some like grays for rocks because we still need that. I'm probably going to have one more episode, so everything should be wrapped up in the next episode, so definitely hit the subscribe button so you can stay tuned. I'm also super excited that I got the Imperial troop transport done. It looks really great. It's kind of in this chubby scale. Yeah, that's what I like to call it. It's the chubby scale. It's not quite as long and not quite as, well, it might be as tall, but yeah, it's just chubby scale. I'm probably going to add a few more stormtroopers from my stormtrooper battle pack. They are the rebel style stormtroopers, so not like the realistic ones we have today, even though they're not very realistic. They look like the ones from Family Guy, is it? I think that's the one, but yeah, I'm going to add a few more because we definitely want the stormtroopers to outnumber like Mandalorian and Fennec Shand, but they're not quite as good fighters. Be sure to smash the like button to support the series, and you can tap the screen now to see the last episode of building a Tython MOC. I'll see you over there.